I was getting phone calls from network. What do you see? What do you see? What is that? And I said,
Go back, hey, you don't go back.
We're in Church and Murray establishing.
Get out of here. Go.
Truck.
Go.
Did the plane come down?
Right.
That's the three.
No!
Okay.
Did another plane come down?
Get out of here.
The whole top?
You okay, officer?
504, why don't you stay still? Nobody has any visibility, just so we don't have.
Wait, don't wait. Please wait. Are you filming? I have pictures of the plane. You do? Okay. Oh my God. This is so terrible.
Are you all right? Sit in there. Get rid of my bag. Are you okay? You upset? Okay. What happened?
I was standing next to One World Trade Center, and then all of a sudden I heard rumbling, and we all started running away from it. The glass like blew out and threw me onto the sidewalk, and I couldn't see for like 20 seconds. And then I started seeing vaguely the street, and I just started walking, and my eyesight came back.
I see you're bloody. You have dust all over you.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like a dust storm or something. Like I couldn't see anything.
How badly are you hurt?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Take a good shot of her. What's your name?
Lexington, Kentucky. Tell our affiliate there, WTVQ, just a short while ago, that as a plane is missing from radar in their airspace.
Put your mask on. Put your mask on. Now put it down.
Mayor, what's the situation right now?
The situation is that two airplanes have attacked apparently. You can't go to sleep. Why? You should not go to sleep. All right, well then let's go north then.
Can you tell us basically what happened to airplanes?
Come with us. Come with us. Well, let's talk a little later, okay?
Okay. City Hall. Okay.
You could never.
It just went ba-boom. It was like a bomb went off. And it was like holy hell coming down them stairs. And then when we finally got to the bottom, they were coming out on a mezzanine level there, and another explosion came right from it, because everything went flying right in front of me. Everything just went whoop.
Fell and just hit and just blew out the plaza we were on.
What happened then? What was it?
Well, it was complete dark. There is no light. So, thank God somebody with little light came up, because we couldn't even see what's happening. We all, with dust and debris and.
How'd you get out?
Well, the firefighter, somebody with little light came eventually, and we were following him.
Police officer told everybody to form a human chain, and we held on to each other, and he flashed the light, and he directed us to Building 5, and we went out Building 5.
Did you see people bleeding, and what did you see?
Oh, everybody could see. You want blood? Here's blood. Everybody's bleeding. People are laying all over the floor. It's horrible. And I was there the first time, and this is twice.
It's beyond words. It's horrifying. It's the worst thing that's ever happened. It's the most tragic thing that has happened to America by far. I've been on the fire department 20 years. and never lived through this. I lived through 2 collapses.
And the Nextels and the cell phones are down right now, so we're having to use this to speak with you. We are at the corner of Chambers and Church right now, and I want to give you a live picture of exactly what's happening as you look down. Somebody's actually coming down the street right now in a stretcher. Many people have been injured here, although the FBI and New York City Police cannot tell us exactly what the numbers are at this point. Once again, we are at the corner of Chambers and Church, and I want to show you something else. We have seen building particles flying around. If you come down to the street level, the entire street in all areas, it seems wherever we go, is covered in this. We are covered in it as well. Right now, we see people walking around with these masks on, OEM, Office of Emergency Management from New York City, giving these out to people, saying if this building comes down again, and we've had a couple of them so far. We had the first couple of impacts, and you can see in a live picture, the smoke is still coming out. Pieces of this building continue to fall every couple of minutes. You hear what sounds like a rumbling. I guess the best way to explain it to you would be if there were a subway coming under you. That's how it feels. When you're walking along the street and you kind of feel a subway rumbling under you, you feel that, and then all of a sudden, just a wall of particles come at you, and it is pitch black. We have actually had to take ourselves into buildings. OEM has had to knock out windows to let people into buildings that are stuck here on the street. They have evacuated the entire area. As to give you another live picture, down Chambers, you can see the fire department is lined up. Emergency personnel, this is affecting them as well. They're walking around with masks, walking around with pitchers of water at this point, throwing it on themselves because I'm not sure if you can see it, very fine little pieces of particles coming by the screen. You have to wear these masks. And I just want to stay with these live pictures as you see emergency crews trying to mobilize. Hi, sir, were you here for this?
Yes, sir.
What was this like for you?
It was terrifying. The ground was shaking, right? I seen the second plane go into the building. It was like a direct hit sensor.
Were you in the World Trade or were you in the area?
I was in the area. I was working, right? I seen the second one go in, right? It was like it went straight directly into the centerpiece. And it just came down. It was like a ball of fire, and the ground was shaking.
I see you have water here. What are you exactly using that for?
I'm using it to drink and to give to other people.
Many people are hurt. Thank you so much. We've actually had a couple of people. We're having a hard time turning around our tape right now because our truck is full of dust. That's exactly how much dust we're talking about. Our deck is not working. However, I can tell you, we had a woman sitting in our live truck earlier who was literally covered in blood from her toes to her head. She was sitting in our truck filled with dust. She says she was actually on the 82nd. In fact, we just heard another explosion. We just heard another explosion a moment ago. So we're going to stay here as long as we can, but as soon as it becomes dangerous, of course, we will move. Let me tell you a little more about this woman. She was sitting in our truck covered in blood, said she was on the 82nd floor. As soon as they heard that first plane come in, they started running down. It was clear until the 70th floor, but then the problem was a jam inside the stairwell. They ran down below the promenade where all the shopping centers and all the shopping stores are, and then they were able to run. Still, police having a hard time evacuating the whole area. You can see there are many people around, but the streets are jammed now with emergency vehicles. I can't hear you that well right now. I'm going to try to take this here and send it back to you. We don't have a link with you, but we will come back in a couple of minutes and exactly let you know the latest. But again, no word right now on injuries or fatalities at the scene. But the FBI now reporting to Channel 7 Eyewitness News that National Guard has jets in the air. This is a no-fly zone at this point. So if they see any jets that are unidentified, those jets are armed from the National Guard. That is what the FBI is telling us right now.
Charged with overseeing the election, called it off because of the massive confusion right now in New York City, and there's no word on when that election will take place. We are, as you heard earlier, trying to get an assessment of situations at the hospital. We know triage was set up at several schools near the scene, and we know that Bellevue, Beekman, other hospitals, of course, receiving the injured. We're trying to ask the street in Trinity Street. They were shut down, evacuated. We're told that other students being kept into the schools and parents need to pick them up. So information continuing to come in, and we're continuing to follow it for you, and we'll bring it to you as soon as we get it. Back to you, Bill and Sandra.
All right, Dave, we want to reiterate that we do not have any number, any official tally. Midtown Tunnel. Sandra, what did you hear? The Midtown Tunnel has been...
Midtown Tunnel has been reopened, going outbound.
Outbound only, not inbound.
Okay. Bill, we heard just a moment ago, you read what Rudy Giuliani, Mayor Giuliani, had to say about this. Governor Pataki has also made a statement to the Associated Press. He says today's horrific incident at the World Trade Center, which appears to be part of a coordinated terrorist attack, as we've been telling you all day, he says is emergency-related state government offices in New York City.
Again, we do not know, Jim and Sandra, where Mayor Rudy Giuliani is.
But the Office of Emergency Management has offices about a block from City Hall, just across the street from City Hall. But I don't know. I think that's at 250 Broadway, I think. I'm not sure, but we'll find that out. It's a good point. Bill, we were talking earlier about the 747. We thought earlier that it was a 767 that went down
in Pennsylvania,
Somerset County Airport. We are not. We were reporting earlier that it was a 767. Later reports are that it is a 747, and we didn't know at the time and still don't whether it is related in any way to what we have seen in Washington and in New York City today. But we do know that we are being told that that plane either came out of New York or Cleveland and was bound for Chicago. Again, these stories are unfolding slowly.
And I want to give you a live picture of our live truck just to show you the kind of dust cloud we're talking about. The doors were open and we had to abandon it. You can see this is what's pretty much covering the streets as well. It's dust. Pieces of the building.
Right now.
Bill, stay keyed up on the next hub as I keep losing you. 3, 2, 1.
You're on.
We apologize, having some technical difficulties getting cells down here because a good deal of our cell transmission come from the top of the World Trade Center. And you can see the black smoke continues. And as to give you a live picture down Church Street, fire crews now walking back toward the scene. We have seen them all morning trying to walk away because what happens is every time a little piece of the building comes down, a huge black cloud comes at us, making it almost impossible to breathe or see anything in front of them. But now, at least for the past couple of minutes, it has been clear from this space back on Chambers in that area. So now they're walking back toward the World Trade Center. And as we keep letting you hear the personal stories, the survivor stories of exactly what happened inside the World Trade Center when that first plane went in, and of course the collapses since then, we're going to bring more of those to you now. Barry Jennings, you were on the 8th floor. You work for the City Housing Department. Explain to me the moment of impact.
Well, me and Mr. Hesh, the Corporation Counsel, were on the 23rd floor. I told him we got to get out of here. We started walking down the stairs. We made it to the 8th floor. Big explosion. Blew us back into the 8th floor. And I turned to Hesh. I said, this is it. We're dead. We're not going to make it out of here. I took a fire extinguisher and I bust the window out. That's when this gentleman here heard my cries for help. This gentleman right here, and he kept saying, stand by, somebody's coming to get you. They couldn't get to us for an hour because they couldn't find us.
You thought that was it?
I thought we're dead. I thought that was it. I started praying to Allah. I said, that's it. We're gone. It's over.
What was it like for you? You were inside there as well.
It was pandemonium. I mean, it was something like out of a Bruce Willis Die Hard movie. He was there and he was crying, and there was another gentleman crying and for help. We couldn't get to him. We tried to get through we went through the buildings. We were lost. Both staircases, the backside was completely blown away. There was no way to access us. We couldn't get to them. And finally, one of the fire department teams found them. But we didn't think they were going to make it.
Well, certainly you got out. Many others didn't. Of course, we don't have a number right now of fatalities or injuries. But I want to translate a story to you that another man told me. He was near the building. He was on the lobby level, near the shopping area, near the promenade. The elevator doors, he said to me, blew open. And when the doors opened, there was a man on fire inside that elevator. That is the kind of tragedy we are talking about here. And where the World Trade Center once stood here in New York City is no longer, at least not like we knew it. These men just embraced. This man is crying. It has been that traumatic.
I don't want to cry in the air, man, but I thought that was it. I thought I was dead. I'm thinking about my sons, my wife. It's too much.
And certainly, he echoes the statements of many others. We were speaking with a couple of officials earlier trying to get information. They said, stand back, we lost a bunch of guys today. It has certainly been a horrible... In fact, let me come around right here as this happens. They're now clearing the area.
Anybody up to Lincoln Center, you have to board the bus.
They're trying to evacuate the area because certainly they don't know what's going to happen next. And you can see in this live picture from the corner of Reed and Church, people are wearing face masks. The air is almost unbreathable. And you can... One man said he was walking by and saw bodies laying as he was trying to walk out of the World Trade Center. And when this happened, people were so desperate, such times of desperation, that moment, one girl bleeding with dust all over her, bleeding from head to toe, ran into our live van to take cover. Police walking by now with water and masks, trying to give them to as many people as they can, because again, it is hard to breathe out here at times. And you can see just in the past couple of moments here, as we've been on the air live from Lower Manhattan, the smoke has gotten even more dark, which means police are still battling this blaze, and we understand Secret Service and military officials are here now going through the debris, trying to find fatalities, injuries, trying to find exactly where the impact was on the World Trade Center. Back to you.
Jeff, we heard that there was more smoke. Is that your take on it as well?
Yeah, in fact, I can show you now. I mean, we were able to look straight down this street, and we actually had a perfect view of what was that tower. But now you can't see much. It's almost like the smoke will come in waves. Right now we're in a very heavy wave right now. But it did clear for a while. Now it seems to be back in full effect.
Okay, and wind down there, because I'm trying to look at the shot as you take it up. Is there wind or no wind down there, and how is that impacting the smoke and the dust?
A little bit of wind, but not much. I mean, I'm trying to give you an idea. Let's go a shot at some of the papers just to show the kind of wind we're talking about. It's not much, 5 miles per hour at most. Wind doesn't appear to be a huge factor right now. They saved so many people today. Want to give you a live picture down Church Street. One firefighter called it World War III, and you can see why. The fire still burns out of control. And next door in the financial center, we understand from the fire department they have evacuated everyone out of that building. But again, the rescue effort continues, and there is certainly no end in sight. You hear me coughing there for a minute. The dust gets to you. It gets into your lungs. We've been wearing these masks all day to protect us, but certainly it does get to you. We have been out here, excuse me again, for 8 hours. Back to you. Roz,
yes, Jeff, take it away.
We're being moved away by police, but I want to give you a quick live picture. There has been some kind of other building collapse. I'm told that it's not necessarily an explosion, but it's some kind of collapse, and we have a dust cloud coming right at us, as you can look over here. Police are trying to move everyone out of the area. These trucks are blocking our view. But we heard another loud bang, and then all of a sudden, through the corridor of buildings here in Lower Manhattan, another dust cloud similar to the one we saw this morning, and you can see it's now billowing right nearly above us. It's about 1 block away. Police started running down the streets away from the scene, where they have been continuing their rescue efforts to move everyone out of here. We only have a couple seconds left to talk to you. Here, they're moving us out right now. We're moving, and we better go, so we're safe, and we'll get you more as you say it. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Jeff Rossen.
Roz, last time we spoke, there was a collapse, a building collapse. We understand now it was World Trade Center, building number 7. We were being evacuated live on television, and we want to let you know, first of all, everyone in our crew is okay. Everyone in the area here is okay. You can look at our live truck. That's where we had to abandon it, just down the street, as we broadcast these live pictures. And beyond that, you can see the smoke billowing. Certainly there was smoke before because that building was on fire, but since the collapse, we could literally see the smoke, the dark cloud of smoke and dust coming down the corridor of buildings down Church Street toward us. At that very same moment, police started evacuating everybody, and this is where we all are right now. Evacuated back here to Duane Street at Church, and you can see all these people were about a block up with us, but when that building collapsed, you heard another tremble, kind of like this morning when those 2 planes went into it and then the subsequent building collapses. This sounded a lot like that, and then all of a sudden we looked over and we saw the smoke coming at us. Right now we can tell you that the paramedics, the fire officials, all emergency workers trying to do a head count, trying to figure out if everyone inside that building fighting that fire is okay. We will certainly bring that information to you as we get it. Live in Lower Manhattan, Jeff Rossen, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Jeff.
Of Church and Duane, and I want to show you a live picture of what's happening. Still a good deal of activity down here, and there is an issue here. As the rescue effort continues, you have an active crime scene, which means you have investigators down there trying to gather evidence. The FBI, the ATF, just about every federal agency you can think of, trying to go through the rubble and gather evidence and clues. But at the same time, you have an active rescue operation. You have firefighters, investigators looking into that, trying to make any rescues they can, and now time is crucial. Back to you. We do not have any information on that. In fact, all we're seeing at this point are waves of fire officials and police officers walking down. They throw water on their faces, they walk right by, they are fatigued, their eyes are bloodshot, and frankly, they don't feel like talking. They've been working so hard,
Jeff,
so it's hard to get information.
Yeah, what about ambulances coming out of that area? Have you seen anything?
All day we have been seeing that, but not quite as much anymore. But we have seen a good deal of that. I mean, I'm looking beyond our camera here, beyond what you can see. I see one ambulance down there trying to make its way through, but we've seen very few of them coming this way. All we've seen here, mostly tonight, you've seen it change from ambulances, and now a good deal of city buses are coming through, and they're using those out-of-service city buses to carry the emergency personnel to and from the areas where they're getting water and food. In fact, there's an insurance fund club right over here where they keep getting water and donuts and food so they can go right on back. But they have buses in and out, not as many ambulances as the night has continued.
Jeff, do you have a sense of how extensive the actual rescue operation is tonight? We've gotten conflicting reports, frankly, and we would like to tell our viewers that it's going 100% or they're holding back a little bit. We just don't know.
Well, it is 100%. In fact, my photographer, Todd Pierce, and I walked down this street and around. We kind of went in the back way and got a real good look. They have many lights poured onto it right now, and while they're a little standoffish, I mean, they tell us that the fires are under control. There is no fire burning out of control at this point, according to firefighters. But they are in there trying to go through the rubble. However, remember, there is damage to some area buildings, and they don't want another collapse and more people to be killed. Standoffish maybe a little bit, but still they are in there, and they are actively looking for people. We heard in a Mayor Giuliani news conference just about an hour ago, broadcast on our hour at Eyewitness News. He said it is an active rescue effort, and they do believe, in fact, they said they know for a fact that there are people trapped in there alive, and certainly that is the priority at this moment as we speak.
And Jeff, I can imagine that they have the dogs down there right now trying to help out in that situation. What about the smoke? There's been smoke down there all day. Is that finally starting to clear up just a little bit?
A little bit, but you know what? It's funny you mention that. Just a couple minutes before we spoke, I was thinking to myself, wow, the dust is settling, but then all of a sudden we got another breeze and the dust is coming up again and everyone threw their masks back on. So certainly it's not over yet. The smoke, I mean, you can tell in the distance that there were times when I couldn't see a block ahead of us. This is Duane, that's Reed right over there. I couldn't even see beyond Reed at some points tonight, but now we can. The smoke certainly going down because all day long we were watching World Trade number 7 burn, and obviously that collapsed, and police and fire officials say they have that now under control. So the smoke has dwindled a bit, but it's still not gone, and that dust keeps on getting kicked up with the wind.
And again, just to clarify, you are saying that the fires are out.
That's what the firefighters are telling us, that they have those fires under control now. It's a matter of going through that rubble.
All right, Jeff, stand by. We are going to begin our 11 o'clock edition of Eyewitness News right now, and we'll get to you in just a few minutes. Jeff.
Lower Manhattan with late details for us. Jeff.
It is eerie down here. You look around, the lights are out in Lower Manhattan. The traffic lights are out, the building lights are out, and certainly the only lights you can see around here are emergency vehicles. As you look down Church Street, you can see exactly what we're talking about. There are literally thousands of emergency crews here. We've seen some from Long Island. We've seen some from New Jersey, some from Connecticut, we understand, looking for any, at this point, signs of life. This was the World Trade Center. The work is far from over. A battle they have already lost.
Too many good friends we lost. Too many. So many. It's unbelievable.
Early estimates are grim. Hundreds of firefighters killed. And even with that and the obvious emotion, they stay and struggle to find some sense of peace. They know that is impossible now.
You know, you feel useless. You're down there and you really can't see much. You don't know what's going on. The amount of people coming out is so small, there was no reason to keep the triage open, so we're just ushering them off the hospitals now.
And what's so frightening tonight is that the mayor and Bernard Kerik, New York City Police Commissioner, now say there are people underneath that rubble, literally trapped alive. The priority now is getting to them, and they will spend all night doing it, pouring as many lights as they can onto the scene, trying to rescue the survivors. And it's unclear now how many of them there are. Let's continue our live team coverage now with NJ Burkett, also on the scene all day in Lower Manhattan. NJ.
And Jeff, as you... We're told, this is a live picture of that, it looks like a bulldozer coming in to actually remove the rubble. We are told a few minutes ago by Mayor Giuliani's office that 1,000 to up to 2,000 rescue workers will be working, and apparently now we understand they're going to be working through the night looking for what could be thousands of missing people, including 300 firefighters and 33 police officers.
We have Jeff Rossen on the scene. Jeff, fill us in on what's happening right now.
I just spoke to a couple of the drivers of these bulldozers. We've seen more than a dozen of them come down Church Street. They say they're heading up Broadway. They are here to take the rubble away from the scene as much as they can get their hands on, away from the scene, because the sooner they can get that rubble taken away, the faster they can find those victims that supposedly have been calling police on their cell phones trapped alive. So that is the priority right now, and we are seeing that heavy-duty equipment come on through. Again, they're going to come down Church, around this street. This is Duane right here. Then they're going to go up Broadway back to the World Trade Center, try to get that rubble out of here.
Just to make this clear, Jeff, if there were any doubt tonight that some of this operation would be held until daybreak, apparently that has been put to rest, right?
It certainly put to rest. You heard the mayor say it, and we're seeing it firsthand. It's not nightfall that's going to hurt them, it's all the dust. We've seen more of that getting kicked up. In fact, I was coughing just a couple of minutes ago. That hasn't happened to me for about an hour and a half or so. But they have brought lights here. We saw that about 5 o'clock tonight. They were prepared. We were all impressed about how prepared they really were. And we'll shoot down Church Street here and give you a live picture. You can see they have the scene very well lit. That doesn't seem, according to fire officials we've spoken to be a major problem. Nightfall, it's the dust. They are certainly prepared. They will work through the night, but certainly daybreak will help.
Jeff, is it your understanding that they are still hearing voices, that they're still hearing from people buried in the rubble?
Hard to confirm that. We're just going by what we've been hearing, and like you've been hearing from Mayor Giuliani, that they have those cell calls. And I spoke to one gentleman who was around when they saved those 2 Port Authority officers. He says they actually had to amputate one of their legs. Certainly a horrible scene that he didn't want to speak about, and you can't blame him.
Jeff, we just want to tell you, Jeff, for your information, Sam Champion is also sitting here with us, and he tells us the winds right now about 5 miles an hour. Tomorrow they're expected to kick up anywhere from 7 to 14, so I think they want to do as much of this work if dust is going to be a problem.
Yeah, that is yeah, exactly. And Sam was reporting earlier they're about 7 miles an hour, and you know, you have some papers blowing around in the dust, and of course all the emergency vehicles coming through doesn't help either. That kicks up a lot of the dust, but higher winds will certainly mean a tougher task for these firefighters.
All right, you've done a yeoman job out there, Jeff. We're going to ask you to stay there. We don't know how long we'll be on tonight, but we may come back to you before the end of this.
We are here all night for you.
All right, thank you, Jeff.